Welcome back to another episode of Chilla and Vanilla.
Today we will
Today,
be going over. Fuck off! I'm talking. Today we'll be going over Recreators. Now, some of you may
recreative.
have never heard of this show, but we're about to tell you about it now. All right,
Yeah,
back to
if I
normal.
get, yeah, I can. Okay, just making sure.
Today's
Hold on,
story
it shows
is
that I was
about
gonna
some
drink.
idiots.
Mm.
All right, glug glug.
All right. Yeah. So we're gonna go over recreators, or regarding creators, or however you want to say that.
Is that what it's called?
Like the RE, like
Yeah,
colon in emails is typically what regarding, right? That's
I don't fucking know, dude.
that's.
I'm not a
Sorry, you don't
professional.
understand email etiquette.
So
So
yeah, no, not at all.
so I'm gonna go with recreators just because it's easier. Um,
Yeah, that because that's what it says.
Shut up, beat. So so this is a good show.
Why are you bleeping it out like cutting in half off? It's bitch.
Oh, I apologize, bitch. There you go.
Yeah,
Better.
okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
If you're
Okay.
gonna insult me, do it properly.
I will do the full insult. I apologize.
All right, cool.
Recreators is a awesome show. Came out not very long ago, and it is a story of what. That's a really good question, actually. What would happen if the creations
From
entered the
anime.
world of the creators? Uh, and it's told kind of, how do you want to say it, slice of lifey kind of with
Um,
action.
well, yeah, it's a mix of
It's a
slice
mix of
of
a few genres, and it does them all very well, and it also
yeah,
breaks the fourth wall a few times.
yeah.
uh but yeah, we're gonna go over that, and it is, let's see, it's a pretty long series. I'd say long just because we've been doing some like 12 episoders
Yeah,
recently.
this one's like
Yeah,
24.
this one's like a full season, so
Yeah, it's a real one. You get some time into it.
yeah. So
But that's one of the positives is it didn't they could have easily probably tried shoving it into 12, being that it's, newer and not as popular and
yep,
so, but they went and did the full 24 and I appreciate it.
very much so. The story had time to get fleshed out, characters had time to get fleshed out, storylines had time to play out and tie off.
Yeah.
Because of that, we'll get into that. So we're gonna go over, as we always do, our likes, dislikes, and we're definitely gonna
Quick little
have,
summary.
yeah, a quick summary, and of course we're gonna have our waifu of the week coming up.
Oh, yeah,
So
yeah,
stay
yeah.
tuned,
Stay
of
tuned.
course. But yeah, going into our likes, go ahead, Cole. What did you like about the show so far, or
Um,
based off of?
I like the overall story. It was kind of like a reverse, I guess, isekai. Like instead
Mm-hmm.
of them going to some fantasy world, it's the fantasy world coming. There's a fantasy world coming to them. Let me finish thought.
Yeah.
There's some book I think that someone wrote, and they made it into a movie, something similar like that, where it was like the book characters came out. I don't remember what it's called. Let me know what it's called if you know. But I did like that. I haven't seen that from what I've been able to watch in an anime where it's kind of reversed
Yeah.
and they're coming into the normal human world and shit like that. Because that honestly was a good throw for me. And I think they did a good job of like slowly doing it. Like
Mm-hmm.
obviously all the characters kind of started coming in fast, but like not everyone just accepted everything right away. They were kind of like, "Oh, cosplayers. Oh, cosplayers." So that was that was funny to see, and I think that was good as far as like just kind of bringing it into realization that people aren't gonna, because that's what would happen in real life. If you saw fucking people walking around looking like anime characters, you'd be like, "Oh, they're cosplaying,"
Yeah.
until they start fucking shit up, and then you're like, oh, "I'm in danger."
Yeah. In a similar mindset, I enjoy twist on the isekai genre, or on genres in general. With this, it's a twist on the fantasy genre, the isekai genre, the slice of life genre. There's so much going on here, but it's not crammed. You don't feel like, what is this nonsense? You get the sense of, okay, we have these characters that we're seeing. We have our MC. We're introducing him pretty early on.
He's
Um,
kind of a bitch, though.
yeah, Soda. I don't like him. Um,
You'll know later.
yeah, you'll understand later once we get into that. But yeah, we get his character, and then standard. It acts like it's gonna play out like a normal isekai, right? It's like, oh shit, he's in this, or he's in this anime or whatever.
Hmm.
Gets transported into an anime, and then he's back in his normal life, and he's like, what the hell just happened? But then all of a sudden, all these other spikes start happening, and all these other anime characters and manga characters and video game characters start ending up in the real world, like you said, and shit just starts going off the rails from there. But the notion of, oh well, what do you mean I'm part of a story, or I'm my world is
Yeah.
part of someone's entertainment, and the characters themselves grasping that concept that, oh, this hell that I've been living in, or this weird, or just,
Yeah.
yeah, this crazy story that I've had to deal with is just that, a story and not like my life. Huh? That's weird.
Yeah, that is interesting because like each character takes it differently
Mm-hmm.
on how they kind of interpret that, and because some of them are like, "Oh, f you guys, I'm about to get revenge for making my life hell," because they had
Exactly. While
they're
others
good.
are
They're just
like,
lucky.
huh?
Attack on Titan didn't come in there.
Oh,
Eren Yeager
Eren Yeager.
would have been doing the rumbling in real life.
But yeah, the move to have the villain kind of not be the central focus as far as like the entire story, like, oh, these people are coming in, oh, there's a main villain that's causing this, oh no, what are they going to do, what is their plan, what is their plot? That is one of the storylines, but it's not the storyline, and I like that it's not the sole focus of the damn show.
Yeah, that is nice because like we go like episodes at a time where they don't even show what they're doing over on the bad side,
Yeah.
and it's like,
um
oh, mic bump,
you're good.
sorry. Um, and it's like, well, and but you actually kind of they spend the time uh building the characters that are actually there, the good guys on their side,
Correct.
and
So,
instead of just focusing on what the bad guy is trying to do.
and not only that, the fact that they're building, so you get the storylines for all the characters that come through, right? Both good
Hmm.
and bad. You get all their storylines. You get where they're from, what their worlds are like in comparison. Like they do that, but via dialogue and just in passing, instead of nail on the head. This is where this character is from. This is where I'm gonna show
Yeah,
you. Yeah. So I like the way that that plays out. It normalizes them because they start changing. Once they're
yeah,
in the real world, they start changing as characters, and they're not. They're basically going off script, but not in
yeah,
the manner
exactly.
that you would expect. Like a lot of them are just like, this world's actually not that bad. This is kind of cool out here. Hey, my creator's actually not that much of an asshole, despite the fact that he put me through a lot of shit in my story. I understand now that it's a story. Like they come to terms with, some of them come to terms with that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that is nice, and it's actually cool, kind of all the little things they bring in that
Yeah,
kind of like put the worlds, kind of separate the worlds where you kind of understand, because Celestia not having like coffee and shit, like
yeah.
just those little things like that. It's nothing major to the story, but it kind of shows you how different of worlds they live in, and you
Meteora,
don't think of little things like that.
yeah, Meteora, for example. These all these stories are, or all these characters are from stories that are pretty well fleshed out because they're from artists, they're from creators. And so,
Yeah,
with that being the case, yeah, the stories might be fleshed out, but really small, minute details, this mundane details that we would think are mundane, that's stuff that they don't experience. So, like you said, the
yeah,
coffee thing, Meteor and her understanding of food is
yeah.
completely flipped on its head because she's like, this has
It
like
actually
multiple
has
layers.
flavor.
Yeah, it's got
I'm used
flavors.
to
It's
the white
got
people house.
you see that birthday cake flavored mayo.
Yeah. Jeez. Gosh dang.
but but yeah, so the small things like that are really cool to see and realize that they're growing as characters, but also in our world they would be just humans.
Yeah.
Then they're expressing and learning their human side instead of just being a character and gaining more personality than just what's written on those pages.
Yeah, the world changes them, and I like how they kind of bring in the world like correcting itself, that
Yeah,
whole kind of factor, because it's not just, oh, we're brought into this world, let's defeat the bad guy. It's like
yeah,
we got to defeat the bad guy because they're trying to destroy the world, but we have a limit to what we can do because we could f stuff up and get destroyed if we use
Hmm.
too much of our powers that don't make sense in this world.
Yeah, like the causality of everything that they're
Yeah,
doing and how it affects the universe itself, and the fact that that collision of the two worlds is solely breaking both worlds.
yeah,
Primarily ours, though, and ours is going to correct itself just by the laws of physics and nature
yeah,
because of that. Yeah, that's a really cool concept because it's a subtle, it's a background thing that you know is happening, and you see it happen occasionally to where the big bad, tests out her limits occasionally to see,
hmm,
okay, well, is it time for me to be able to do this grand, you know, destruction, or
yeah.
am I being too obvious or using too much of my power at once, and this world is correcting that fact and trying to bump me from it.
Yeah, the one thing I didn't that they threw me off with was them spoilers, them killing off Mamika, blah blah blah.
Yeah, Monica,
Yeah, the little
yo,
candy bop girl.
dude.
Yeah, that them killing her, I was like, "Oh, I didn't know we were doing this."
Right? I
I
was
thought
like,
this was
whoa, what the
like I know they were
fuck?
beating. Oh, it was also funny seeing her like be afraid of blood because in her anime there's no blood.
Yeah,
But yeah, just them killing her off, dude. I was shocked by that, honestly. And bringing on that subject, her little best friend, Miss February, is a fucking bitch.
yeah, Alice
Like,
Terrier or whatever her name is.
yeah, Alisteria February.
Yeah,
Yeah, she's a dumbass.
she
Like,
is.
she's just a hard-headed dumbass.
She's standard like knight character though,
Yeah, that's
honestly. And
she's a
Altair
Chad.
or yeah, Altair or whatever you want to say, however you want to say that.
Yeah,
The big bad. Even she brings that up. She's like, you're just a standard. You're
yeah,
not a hero in this world. You're a hero in
yeah.
your world, just not this one. And
You
this one,
don't
you're just a
suppose.
supporting character, is what she calls her because she does standard shit. She's so easily played.
Yeah, like when Magony played her ass with
Yeah,
when Momika died. I was like, dude, are you shitting me? Like, she's so dumb.
yeah.
Like you can just look at Magony and be like, yeah, you're a
You're
lying bitch.
definitely lying. You clearly are lying,
Yeah.
and that's really her power. So
I'm gonna believe the opposite of what you're saying.
exactly everything that you well remember, she can put lies in an infinite loop and change
As long
causality.
well, yeah, that's only if like you say stuff to her though.
Oh well, yeah,
She can
true.
like twist your words
Yeah,
basically. So if you don't say shit to her, then it's like, fuck you, bitch.
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, Alice is an idiot, plain and simple. As far as the characters are concerned, Alice ends up joining. So there's these two factions that end up happening. Just as a quick sidebar, the way y'all can kind of follow along a little bit. So some of the characters that we've mentioned, Meteora, she's a wizard. She's on the good guy side, quote unquote good guy side, right? She's allied with Sota, who's the main character. Who there's a reason why we don't talk about him very much because he's fucking useless. Um, Absolutely fucking useless
Till the end.
till the end.
Yeah.
And even then, I'm like, but whatever. We'll get to that.
MC
Yeah,
abilities.
MC fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
But okay, so you have Meteora. Uh, Alice, who we mentioned, is sided with Altair, who is the big bad villain.
Yeah.
Mamika, who, despite being like super Candy Crush, basically, uh, magical girl,
Candy bop is the
she's
word.
the magical girl trope.
Yeah.
So, because all of them pull from different tropes, right? So she's the
Love
magical
and
girl
candy
trope.
power.
Yeah. So I got the love power, and yeah, my
We're
eye
all
attacks our
friends.
hearts, and rah. Yeah, but she's also incredibly fucking powerful
Yeah, for
for no
no
reason.
reason.
Like, excuse me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then you have the fuck was his name?
Yuya, the
No, not Yuya.
samurai guy.
Yeah, Yuya. He's on the good side.
Yeah.
He's like a hothead like biker dude, but he's super smart.
Rui Pacific Rim guy
Yeah, yeah.
with his robot.
Kanoya, whatever his last name is.
Yeah, Rui.
I
Just call him. His first name's easier to say. I
Rui's
always say
not
whatever.
no, because that confuses him with another anime completely.
Now, whatever. We're talking about this anime.
Yeah, I know, but then you say Rui, and I'll think. Anyways,
We'll
so
be a professional.
I'm being professional, okay?
All right. Either way,
So
we'll
yeah,
just call it
them,
Pacific Rim.
Celestia. We haven't mentioned her yet. She's on the good side.
Should be a beach.
um, and then who's the shooter? The dude with the
Blitz Talker.
yeah yeah, but it's
Which I think it's kind of ironic. His last name's Talker, but he like just shoots first, asks questions later.
exactly like.
It's like that's. I guess
But
they did that
it's
on purpose.
yeah, I love it because it's in Brits and it's like
Yeah.
Brits bullets yeah yeah yeah. I'm a shitty human being. I don't care. Yeah, so that's the stage set right there as far as characters are concerned and who they ally with. Then, I mean, it just kind of goes into them figuring out how to defeat this all powerful being because pretty much she's indestructible. She has infinite abilities for the most part. They can't figure out crack in her defense. I'll tell you, as the big bad.
She got them swords that
Yeah,
fly
she got those damn
everywhere.
swords. He's a Tommy gun as a violin with a katana.
Oh yeah, just random ass shit
whatsoever. But okay.
Well, I like how they kind of tie in where the creators can still kind of modify the characters, the
Yeah,
ones that are alive still, because and as long and it's like the power of the fans are kind of what bring their real powers out
yeah.
of what the
Like
fans accept and know, and I think that's a cool. It it's just more detail to the story instead of just oh they came in and they still got their powers, but
correct.
it's like we can modify and do that based on
Yeah,
people.
yeah.
And I mean,
The
shit, dude.
acceptance of the general public.
Yeah,
That ties into a couple of anime that I've seen. It's an interest. It's a smaller like anime trope, but it's a really
yeah,
cool one. Because it's
yeah,
it's kind of a real time thing, you know, with
yeah,
with Celestia, for example. Had they tried it initially and they were like, well, wait, it hasn't been fleshed out, so I guess it
yeah.
makes sense that
Mhm.
nobody really knows about it, so we
Yep.
wouldn't be able to modify her just on a whim, you
Yeah,
know.
they experimented with the whole thing,
Yeah.
which we'll take a quick pause before we get too deep into it for our waifu of the week.
Waifu of the week. It's time,
The music.
baby. Waifu of the week.
All right, so nominee number one is our bad bee Celestia Tiria. She's the she's not a knight, but she's just
She's a warrior.
she's just your typical hot warrior
Yeah.
that everyone drools over.
Hot ginger
Um,
warrior that
yep,
is powerful as
yeah,
shit.
ginger, that's important. Candidate number two is Meteora. She's your good old witch friend, the nerdy witch,
Wizard, first off.
wizard,
He's
witch,
a
whatever
whole
the
ass
hell.
wizard. Okay.
War lizard.
War lizard.
Either way. So, and then we've got one of the anime artist, Shunma. She's actually Blitz Talker's creator. And then we have good old Marine. She's another one of the artists
Yeah, she's an
or normal
illustrator.
people. So,
Was that all of them?
yep, that was all of them.
That's all of them. All right.
That's all of them. So vote yours. We'll announce ours in a few minutes. Stay for that and let us know who yours is. We try and put a poll on like Spotify and stuff. If you're listening on that within a week of it coming out, we'll have that available for you to vote. Hopefully you guys do. We'd actually like to expand it to everyone if we can start doing like pre-votes before we film and then kind of get your guys' opinion for the waifu of the week because right now it's just the lonesome opinion of me and Alison.
Indeed.
So either way, vote, let us know. All right, moving on.
Moving on.
So I do like I like how Magony, the little goth curse bitch,
Magane, first off.
Magony, I don't give a shit. I like how they kind of have her as like a in the middle character. Like she doesn't really side with anyone. She just f's
Plays
around with
everybody.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do like that because then it's not like just two sides clashing. She's just going in there and screwing crap up,
Yeah,
and it pisses you off, but at the same time, it adds some flair to the story.
yeah, that's a little flavor. It's like you
Yeah,
know that she's a fucked up character. You know this.
yeah, she's a little asshole.
You know that she's absolutely no good, but at the same time, you're like, mm,
Yeah, no, and
I
like,
guess I
dude,
guess she's not really interfering with them, but even whenever she does,
yeah, some of her stuff doesn't go through, which is good because
yeah,
I was not about to be happy if they told or if they were getting Alcetaria to like try and kill. They were already getting her to
yeah,
try and kill Meteora, but she's
yeah.
trying to have him fuck with everyone. So
That's what. Yeah, that was one that I was like, please don't, please.
I was
That's
like,
like,
don't do that.
like,
Like Meteora being like with Altair. It's like, no,
yeah.
just stop.
I was like, y'all know better.
I ain't playing this
Alice
shit.
should definitely know better.
Yeah.
She has at no point seen Meteor
Yeah.
anywhere near Altair
Yeah.
the entire time in the show. So I don't know why she was like, oh, I'm sorry. She never once somehow assumed that
Yeah.
Altair would be an issue and would do that
I was
to
like, thank God
Mamika.
that didn't go through because that would have just ruined it for me. But
Yeah,
hey, the realism of the government hiding a bunch of shit from us.
that's yeah. That
No, 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 no,
oh
no,
my
no.
god, it's almost like that hit way too close to home. Uh,
A
holy
whole
shit.
freaking theater event, some stupid ass special. I don't honestly, dude, I don't think that would have clicked well in real life. That is the one thing I will say. I don't know if there's with the how toxic some of these fan bases are. I don't know if that would have worked in real life.
That yeah, the
With
merging
so
of
many
all of
different
these different
genres.
layers and genres and
Yeah,
making
like
this huge
too many
like
different genres.
crossover event. They basically okay, what ended up
Yeah.
happening is
That made no sense.
they pretty much did the equivalent of the Avengers, right? But it
Yeah,
would be
that's
like
basically
if
what
you
it
took
is.
yeah. So
But
like the
for anime,
Avengers
it just doesn't
was
work.
yeah, it doesn't work with anime because there are way too many genres, there are way too many really fucking toxic fan bases. We're all aware of this.
And always this stupid shit of oh Goku can beat everyone.
Yeah, it's like who could beat who, bro? That's always the
Yeah.
immediate shit. And
Yeah.
so I found it very interesting, and I think that I guess it's just more of a Western thing. I don't know,
Yeah.
but it boggled my mind that they were able to a first off in fucking 6 months. Like Kikuchihara
Yeah, no
straight up
shit.
told them Kikuchihara is the leader of the like special government division that's in charge of figuring
She's
out
the
how to
boss
stop. Oh
bitch.
yeah, she's the big boss lady trying to figure out how to fuck to stop Altair from a government perspective, like a real world
Yeah.
perspective. Think like Shield. She would be. That's
Yeah,
basically what this is
basically.
for like Marvel.
Which I
She would
was
be
kind of
Shield.
surprised they brought that in, like the
Yeah.
government. When they threw in the government, that I was like, I guess it makes sense. It
Thank
does make
you.
sense because,
I was
but I
like,
was
where's
also
this gonna
like,
go?
I don't know
I
how
was
I
like, how
feel
are they gonna
about that.
properly implement the government in this?
Yeah,
Yeah,
and the government's just like, oh hey, yeah, they're here.
they're here, so
We
we
just
need to get
somehow
them
have
out of
technology
here.
to detect these guys.
Right?
And it's, we did our research already. Oh, versus
we planned for this hypothetically.
yeah, monsters versus aliens or something. We have a secret facility. Yeah, no. So, I mean, that threw me off a little bit, but at the same time, I think they eventually fleshed it out well enough to kind of go with it. The
the
whole big event at the end, dude, I was kind of stressing over.
yes,
I was not sure how they were going to end that, honestly.
yeah,
And when like Celestia, spoilers, when Celestia like sacrificed herself, I was
I
like,
cried.
oh, that's. I was like, what the fuck?
I
Like,
cried.
I
I'm not
know they
gonna lie.
killed Momika, but Momika was like a shut up bitch character. Like she's just talking all the time about friendship, and it's like we're trying to fight here.
We're trying to fucking fight.
Yeah, and so with that,
Yeah,
with
Celestia's
that, I
hurt.
wasn't sure I was gonna end, but I honestly I liked the ending. I did.
It ended well.
I think it did. They didn't do the typical you kill the bad guy and
The
the
bravery
world's
bullshit.
saved. It's yeah,
Yeah.
like someone, but they do like they ended it in a way I kind of wasn't expecting. Like I didn't expect him to draw the spoilers again. The girl who died.
Yeah.
Like, when they brought I was actually kinda getting teary-eyed there at the end, I was like
Yeah.
but on that note, that's why Soda's a little bitch.
Yeah. Fuck
Like,
soda.
he is a piece of shit human being, dude. Like, I understand being young and naive, but, like, holy crap.
He was young
Like,
and vindictive though.
abandoning
Like,
her ass?
yeah,
Yeah.
I can understand young and
Yeah,
naive. Like, he was
yeah,
just
and he
fucking
straight up
vindictive
was
as
like,
shit.
"Oh, I was kinda happy about it, and
Yeah,
then I regret it." It's
I
like,
got
"You're a
I
piece
got
of shit."
I got some kind of cruel level of satisfaction at the fact that
Yeah.
this chick whole ass jumped in front of a fucking train
Yeah, and
because
was getting bashed on by
yeah,
people,
she
and
was
it's
getting
like,
shit on
"Oh,
online
no, no."
for
For
false
art.
allegations of
Yeah. Hey,
plagiarism.
cancel culture. Mhm.
Yeah.
Cancels.
So another real world thing that
I
they
didn't
tied
say
into. That's crazy.
nothing. Alright, either way.
But
But, yeah,
yeah,
he's a piece of crap for that. He kind of abandoned his
like this is
girlfriend.
somebody.
She was
Yeah,
kind well, she wasn't a
she
girlfriend,
was
but
getting there. I mean,
they would have been there if he wouldn't have been an asswipe.
yeah. Oh
A
well, she
little.
was getting more important. She was getting more likes online than I was for her art, and I
Because
just was
my art
falling
sucked.
behind. My art was
Yeah.
ass butter,
Instead of being
but
happy for her.
yeah. Instead of being like, oh
So,
shit, she's going places. Damn, let me
yeah.
take hints from her. Let's fucking talk or talk shop. No, he went from oh my god, I'm so happy to be around you, and we're great friends and all this
Yeah,
other
and
shit to
it's like, it was a
well, gay
great love
bitch, and
story
I'm like,
starting.
yeah. Like, he straight up said, fuck that bitch
Yeah.
for no like she
Yeah,
asked him
she didn't do
the
shit to
day
him.
before she killed herself. She asked him for assistance by way
Yeah.
of I don't know how to feel about this. I'm so confused. Everything that they're saying about me online is obviously wrong. You know,
Yeah,
please
so,
can you help me? And his only response is I haven't been there, so don't ask me.
yeah, fuck off, yeah.
Yeah, fuck
Which
off
honestly,
basically.
like, in real life, you got someone that needs help, you fucking
Yeah.
you be there as much as you can, like,
And so she was just like
it's easy to say from the outside, but at the same time, something's gotta kick at some point
exactly,
for you
you
to,
know?
like, do it,
Yeah,
so
he's an absolute like I had zero feeling for him
yeah, I after
upon
that, after he
realizing that.
admitted
Yeah.
it, I was like, "Yeah, fuck you, I want you guys to save the world for the other characters, but I kinda
Yeah, I
you're
want him honestly. If he dies in the process, y'all saving the world. I won't
yeah,
have any hard feelings
yeah, sacrifice
whatsoever.
yourself, bitch."
Sacrifice yourself. Jump in front of that
But
fucking bullet. Like,
yeah, but like I said, I liked how they ended it with them kind of Altair, kind of basically her, and I liked her villain story. It actually had a real
it
purpose.
made sense.
Like she wanted revenge on the world because that's the world that killed her creator.
Hmm.
And it's like that actually was something I could I could get behind and see. I'd be like, I understand where you're coming from. If
Yeah,
you win, I
exactly.
might not be mad.
Yeah, I
It's
was
like,
like, especially since she was basically immortal. Like, she couldn't be
yeah,
stopped. And I was like, honestly, if they give
yeah.
it the old
So
college try and it still doesn't work, fuck it. Hey, we tried. Humanity couldn't get saved. Altair wins, flawless victory. Because
yeah, like a lot of the time the bad guys will have some stupid motive like, oh,
somebody
you know,
farted in my lunchbox when I was 6,
yeah,
and now I'm gonna murder the world type bullshit.
yeah, I'm
Like,
gonna destroy the world. And
yeah.
it's like, no, she being a character herself, she had a limit. She didn't really have a whole world to live in. She just knew that one thing. And it was like
And
she's fighting for someone else that got attacked by the
on
world.
that note, something that's really awesome was the realization that you come to while watching the show of all these characters, like even the ones that are against or side with Altair, they all have a story that they're coming from. Right? Altair does not have a singular story because
Yeah.
she's been picked up by multiple
Yeah, that was cool too.
yeah, but that's why she's so strong and why she has like basically limitless powers because her
Fan
purpose
art of
and
her
yeah,
original art
exactly,
spewed off her powers
yeah,
and people liked it.
and people liked it
And
and
it made
spread it,
sense with the story. She was invincible, but it made sense with the story. It
yeah,
wasn't just like she was invincible because she was the bad
yeah,
guy.
just because she was the bad guy
They
or
explained
powered solely
exactly
by
why.
hate and that's why. No,
Yeah,
it was because so many people
accepted
felt
her
her,
character.
yeah,
Yeah,
accepted her character and felt for the character and wanted to be a part of the story of that character. So she
yeah,
existed in multiple storylines and in multiple
yep.
minds really at different in different ways, and so yeah, I thought that was really cool that in the end, even though Soda's friend killed herself, her art lived on
Yeah,
and
exactly.
became this thing to where it touched a ton of people to where her creation literally was invincible.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like that's why I didn't feel bad at the fact that she was evil because her evil made sense.
Yeah,
It,
and
like you said, it
everything
just made sense.
which is what we said at the beginning. They put in enough episodes to flesh out everyone's stories to where they
Hmm.
actually made sense. Like, so you like, in, the other show we watched, damn it. why did it leave my brain 2
Kokoku.
seconds ago? Yeah, how we were saying how people, like, just flipped like that.
Yeah, there was no cause
They
really.
they tied in the flips for these
Hmm.
characters pretty darn well. Like, Blitz was like, "Oh, I'm flipping now because I have my daughter back. That was the only reason
That
I'm
was the only
fighting."
reason. Yeah,
Alcetaria flipped because, like, it's in her honorly knight thing, and she realized who killed Mamika.
yeah.
And it's like, so all of those things, like, those characters flip because of real reasons and not just, "I'm on your team now for plot help."
Show
Yeah.
the spoiler.
Yeah.
Remember with God, what's sword dude's name? Yuya.
Yeah, you
Uh, when he's talking to Show and he's like, "Why won't you believe me? I'm not the one that killed your."
yeah.
Yeah, he's like, "Look, you know that fortune teller that told you all this shit? Yeah, it was him." And they're all these the creators like, "Fuck you,
Oh,
spoiler."
that was funny when he's like, "Oh, he ruined the show."
How the fuck am I supposed to ride around this now?
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
So it's stuff like that that was really cool. I enjoyed even the recap filler episode because there's one filler episode
I was
between the
gonna
two
say something
halves.
about that. Yeah, there was that whole first half of the recap.
Yeah,
I loved Meteora's, like, when they introduced her. They reintroduced all the characters,
yeah.
and then Meteora was the one narrating the recap, and it brings her in, and she's like in this like sexy abbed out, big boobs outfit, and
Small or like skimpy like
making herself look all hot and shit.
yeah, and she's
And
like,
then she's like,
okay,
"Oh, I guess I'll quit now and go
I
back to
guess I'll
normal."
go back to the original form.
Yeah, it was good. That was an unexpected kind of twist, and I'm glad I didn't skip that episode.
Like it's good because like you see her character go from like stoic as all
Yeah,
hell to like I'm gonna try this joke thing to like I'm
yeah,
gonna actually gain a personality
yeah.
over the course of the entire show, and she's one of my favorite characters in the whole show just because of that.
I did like how they had her stay at the end. That was kind of a cool
Yeah, it made sense
twist.
too.
Yeah, because she
Um,
was the most level-headed and wouldn't be destroying the world.
exactly, and not only that, her grimoire was fading as far as about
Yeah,
her ability to do
she
shit
turned
with it
into a normal
anyway.
person, basically.
Exactly. Um, but yeah, it made total sense at the end that she stayed.
I will say the only thing that didn't make sense is when they're like, "Oh, we did some trial and error, and she can't fling herself through." And in my head, when I first heard that, I was like, "So what would have happened if it worked and she flung herself through, and now no one else can get back?"
Y'all would have been fucked.
like, what were you trying to do?
That's
Yeah,
what I'm saying. I
that's
was because my thing was how did y'all do trial and error because she would have had to
yeah,
create that spell.
yeah,
Hey,
exactly.
I think that's one of the only things that I was like,
Either that or she was practicing throwing herself against a wall.
yeah, exactly.
So,
So yeah, that one
yeah,
was a little strange to me.
yeah, weird. Yeah. All right, so we're gonna come back to waifu of the week. Hit the music.
Waifu of the week.
So this waifu of the week's gonna be a little different because we could not come to a agreement, which is why
No.
we need you guys to start voting because
Hmm.
it's hard with two people. Um, so this week we're gonna have two winners, and winner number one, the first winner, that's obviously the better winner,
Oh, okay.
Shunma, the artist for Blitz Talker. She's a
Buritsitoka.
I just like her. She's nice and she's tough, but then she's she's cute as fuck.
I give you
With that
this.
art, she got that edgy artist kind of vibe.
I give you this much. She's like that hot like goth neighbor
Yeah.
type feel. She
Mhm.
she whole ass got shot. So
But
and played that
obviously,
shit out perfectly.
oh yeah, no, she took that bullet too,
She
like
took the
a
shit out of that
badass.
bullet at pretty close range and played it off and held conversation with this man
Yeah.
perfectly the way all that shit played out.
Oh, she's a badass. That's why she's number one. All right, and then second place. You can announce your second place.
First off, it's also first place. It's called a tie. That's how that works. I thank you. It's gonna go to Marine because come on, bro. If you see Marine and all of her greatness, she is the quintessential like
The dump truck's here.
like she's got a dumper because she wears like frumpy like artist clothing all the time.
She's
So
one of those
she's
cute, shy
like
ones, though.
yeah, like
I'll
she's
give you
cute,
that.
she's shy, but also like really artsy and like really level headed and like just sweet. She's all around sweet. You'll
Let's
come
do a
home and
twist.
she'll have like if it's wintertime, you'll come home and she'll have a bowl of fucking like clam chowder or like potato soup ready for you. Like she's like,
Some
hey,
hot
how was your
chocolate
day?
later.
Yeah, some hot. Yeah, exactly. Like And then she'll definitely throw that fucking dumpy back on you later on. So there you go, because you know what she has. You know it.
That's inappropriate. Yeah, so that's our waifus, I guess, of the week this
Indeed.
week. Um, so to finish it off, honestly, dude, my vote for this the rating is 9 out of 10. I actually really liked it and got into it like a lot. And like the only thing that I could probably say bad about it is there were some fight scenes. A lot of the fight scenes, I didn't feel like the music fit.
Mm,
It was some for me personally, it was just a weird mix of the music and what was going on.
I can see that.
Like it felt too happy and shit for the fight scene. Like it felt like it was all Momika's fight scene world.
Yeah.
Like every so that's the only thing. But honestly, dude, I surprisingly really liked it a
Good.
lot.
Good. Yeah.
9 out of 10 for me. It's up there with as far as and like I said, because they went in and they did the 24 episodes. They needed 24 episodes, and everyone was fleshed out in my mind that needed to be. So that's
I'm,
me.
I'm inclined to agree. I'll give it an 8.5.
Okay.
I give it an 8.5 because of the fact that, as you said, they fleshed out all the characters except for Soda. I fucking hated him. I
Yeah.
that even in being objective in trying to review this show, in being objective, I could not pull away from just he's not a likable character. He wasn't a likable character from
But
the
I think that's
beginning.
what I liked about the show, though, is that it wasn't all MC based.
Yeah,
It like the
it
main
wasn't wrapped
plot
around
was
him.
kind of, but
Yeah.
he wasn't the one doing all the crap. Like,
Well,
oh my
that's part
God,
of the
Soda's got
reason
to save the
why.
world.
That's part of the reason why I'm like 8.5 versus like a 6.5 or a 7.
Yeah,
Because the show itself is really well paced. It's very good. You like you said, we get the backstory, we get fleshed out characters, both from the creations and the creators themselves. The
hmm
creators all had that's a whole different storyline that's
yeah.
tied in perfectly. You know, everything doesn't wrap up with a nice, neat little bow. It's not rainbows and sunshine throughout the entire show.
People
Like
died
people
in this
die,
bitch.
there's sacrifices, shit happens, fuckery goes down. It's great though. It's
Yeah,
told in a manner to where I did not think at any point during the show that I would fucking cry. I fucking cried. It was like
I was tearing up at the end
I was
for his
like,
death.
God damn, dude.
Why'd you do this to
Why
me?
would you do this? You know,
My friend Joker
there
all
are those
over again.
moments.
Yeah, it was good.
Characters that are flawed but come in clutch. You know, Magane, for example.
Yeah,
You
her
know, come
whole
in clutch as fuck. So it's just him, Soda, as a character. I know
he's
why
a
he
piece of shit.
needed to be that way though,
Yeah,
and really, I, um, I'm only doing an 8.5 because of the fact that I hate him as a character, not
yeah,
because of how he is intertwined into the story. Because he's
yeah.
necessary. You
As
need
a
to hate
person.
him. Yeah, you need to hate him for his for how he wraps or how the story wraps up with him to work.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
so good ass show. Check it out for yourself if you haven't seen it.
indeed,
Honestly, it's worth the watch in my opinion. So, let us know if you have watched it already. Comment in the video if you're on the tube, if you're on the Spotify. Try and comment in that survey poll we do for the wife of the week, or you can hit up the socials and do it. And we'll know
yeah,
what you're talking about when you say it.
definitely.
So, we'd love to get any feedback from you guys. Tell us how dumb we are.
Let
'Cause
us know. We're used to it. It's okay.
yeah, so, but yeah, enjoy. Our socials are down
Right down
there.
here.
Trying to be fancy. So,
We're getting there.
cool. I hope you guys enjoy. Look out for next week's episode too. We're trying to keep it going.
Indeed, we're gonna try and crank out as many as we can here in the
Yeah, let
foreseeable
us know what
future.
you want us to do.
Yeah,
We'll
actually,
take suggestions.
we're gonna start getting to the point where we need community input as far as what we're gonna watch next versus us just picking. So we'll do that here in a little while.
My guide to the anime is failing. That's you.
Whatever. Look,
You're
man,
my
your boy
guide.
busy, dog. Your boy be busy, all right?
You're my shipper. All right, cool. Thank you guys for checking it out and all the normal stuff.
Indeed.
Appreciate it. Peace out.
Peace out, y'all. Appreciate it.